So another little job I wanted to do this winter was to, as well as doing a service and everything, I wanted to change the coolant because it's been in there getting over just over a year or so and it's a bit murky. It could probably do with a first flush. So I was going to use the same stuff as before. I know it's a can of worms. What one do you use? Blue or red or yellow? But this is what Westfield supplied. And it actually says suitable for all engine types, and it's more aimed at older engines, so I'm quite happy to use that again, and it is blue in colour. So yeah, the reason for doing the video, what I want to do is fit a bleed valve to this top heater hose because it's the highest part of the coolant system. So in theory, all the air that collects inside the heater, which is inside the scuttle, and there's a job to get out. So last time when I filled up the system, I had to jack the car up at one end to try and get the air out of the system. So this is the valve. I bought it on eBay. I'll post a link. It's just a plastic valve, but a lot of the catering boys use it and swear by it, so it's a lot easier. So I think it's 16 mil off the top of my head. I will double check that. And I'm hoping it's going to go, if I split this pipe, I'm hoping it's going to fit there. It'll just clear the bonnet. And like I say, it'll be the highest point above the level on the expansion tank. And then you can just unscrew it and make bleeding much easier. So that's my plan. Let's see how we get on. So first things first, I've obviously taken the nose cone off because I'm going to split the pipe down here at the bottom of the radiator. Got a bucket ready. I can't remember how much it holds actually, so that'll be interesting to see for when I put the coolant back in. It's probably in the book somewhere. But whilst having a little nose, I've noticed I've got a little weep from the pressure switch. Just a tiny little dribble running down there, so I might investigate that at the same time. I did often wonder why there was a spot of coolant on the garage floor. That's probably the reason. So yeah, I'm gonna drain it out here and then go from there. That worked well. Need a bigger bucket. Yeah, so that worked well. Trying to film with one hand and do this with the other. I made a right mess. But we're getting there. Yeah, so again, I couldn't manage to pour water in a bucket without spilling it while filming, so I thought I'd better not try and cut this with one hand. So I've just slit the pipe at the top and that'll fit lovely up there hopefully. So I'm just going to pop that in and see how we get on. There we go. So that pipe's all done up again. I've nipped up that temperature switch and just remarked it, make sure it's not moving again. Slight bit of a turn on it, so maybe it just wasn't quite tight. This is all done and we're now ready to top up the system. So for this I'm just doing a 50-50 mix, 1 part water, 1 part coolant. And that says for like general UK winter use. So that's the coolant topped up. It took about 4 litres, so 2 litres of coolant, 2 litres of water. I've just been and had a little check around, make sure there's no leaks anywhere, just check tightened all the hose clips. So all I'm going to do now is test out this and hopefully we should get a trickle interesting, we're not getting anything. So to me then, that says there is a bit of air in that system. So once we run it, I will do that again, let the air out, and then just top it up again. So we'll try that now. There we go. Helps that air out of that system. So we'll just monitor the level and top up as required. So yeah, great little bit of kit.